Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours. Welcome to another exciting installment of Doubters Dublin, where we boop all the things. This evening's scene is going to take place. Miss Christina Spanos. Well, it's been a long day, frankly. It's just been a very, very long day. The hour ticks closer to midnight. Tick, 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 tick. As you eventually manage to climb dejectedly into bed after such a long day. You just want to sleep. Sleep is good. Dear God, sleep. Zzz. I'm not actually sure what kind of place does Christina live in.
Um, so I think I described her place as like a small um house, probably like a cottage style.
Hmm.
Um, and she and it's decorated fairly I would say traditionally for Verbena. Got a lot of her stuff out like crystals,
Does
things
Archimedes
like
have a
that.
curse?
Um Oh, of course, absolutely. She has this whole like corner of probably honestly like half of the living room for Archimedes. Like that's just his space. Um,
He keeps his
and
books there. He has books.
yeah, he has bookcase. She's got a lot of books too. There are a lot of bookshelves. And a lot of plants around. Um, that kind of stuff because she's an environmental scientist. She'll bring her work home too.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of that kind of stuff around. She has a greenhouse. Um, and she really likes tea. So the kitchen has a lot of teacups and uh, teaspoons and that kind of stuff. She's probably got signs up in the kitchen that have to do with tea and tea puns. Um,
She is that crazy old. She's that kind of becoming crazy old lady. Uh,
Kind of, yeah. Absolutely. She likes her plants and her tea and her owl. Like
I mean, if it helps, I also like the owl, but that's neither here nor there. So okay, as you eventually lay your head down on the pillow, it is blessed oblivion nearly as soon as you lay your face down, like vdunk, and sleep happens.
Yes.
However, you wake up, or rather, you start returning to consciousness. You shiver, as in a shiver goes through you, as you suddenly figure out, like, it's like, oh, I'm a little bit chilly. Wait, no, 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 I'm really cold. Oh shit, I'm really freezing.
Yes. So she'll
Um,
like um
continue.
she'll jump up when she feels that. Like first she'll pull the blanket around her and then when that's not working, she'll jump up and like grab her sweater that she's got. It's a shawl like sweater and that she'll pull over her. It's kind of heavy.
As you jump up, you'll find that you are not sleeping on your bed anymore. You are literally laying sprawled on top of a snowbank in whatever clothing you went to sleep in.
So it's cold, so she's in like uh flannel probably.
Okay, you are sitting on top of a snowbank in your flannel feedy pajamas.
Um absolutely around confused like what?
You see all around you a landscape deadened as if it itself is wrapped in the heart of winter. Trees that bear no leaves and are covered in white frost stand as a testament against a slate black sky, as black as night made manifest without any stars or moon with which to tear pin pricks of light. And this extends as far as the eye can see, up hill and down dale. Nothing grows. All is ice and snow, broken wood and gnarled tree.
Oh, okay.
Your breath rises in front of you as as fog, a mist.
Yeah, she wraps her arms around herself because she's cold. And she just kind of looks around bewildered, like, how did I end up here?
You will see seated on a throne made of ice, not far away from you, this personage who has their fingers clasped in front of them, forming a pented pyramid. She looks at you with ice, and her ice blue lips curl in a faint sign of bemusement. Well, don't just sit there, aghast with nothing to say. Stand up. Stand up. Hmm.
She stands up and approaches her.
Hmm.
Did you bring me here?
No. You brought yourself here, in a manner of speaking. A lesson to be learned, an understanding to be gathered. Where are my manners? I am winter, the devastation, the death of all things. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Hello, Winter. You will give her a respectful nod of her head. Um, I'm
So,
Christina.
oh, I know who you are. She
Of course.
leans in and she lets the very very tips of her fingers very softly caress the side of your face. As she does so, it feels like icy daggers are lacerating your skin. It is not pleasant.
Yup. I figured that that's what that was gonna be. So yeah, she hisses through her teeth. But she doesn't like, you know, just she's got a pretty good amount of stamina, so she's able to withstand that. But God, that hurts.
I'm curious. You who spend so much time wondering why it is things grow. When is it that it is their time to die?
Those when their purpose has been served. Time to return to the earth and make new.
So you are not afraid of death, the ending, when it is that all things must go to darkness.
No, of course not. It's part of the cycle.
Interesting. Interesting. That which slumbers comes again. That which is dormant once more springs to verdant life. As it is the circle bound, what is once can be again. An interesting concept. Yes. Yes. Needless to say. Does that mean if something is diseased, something has no chance of life, it should be cut down then and there so the rest survives? A diseased limb, a diseased bough of a tree.
If it stands to harm the rest of the tree, then yes.
Not a bad lesson, I'm sure you'll agree. The verdant nature, blessed be, inane in Nobrin, the 3 times 3. A witch's mark I sense in thee. Well,
She gives
you've,
a
an-
bit of a smile at that.
you've answered my questions. Now, be on your way. You have 3 more questions to answer before the dawning of a newer day. She very casually kind of like shakes her hand like, go, shoo shoo.
uh, she nods to her and looks for whatever she's supposed to do next. I guess she just starts walking.
Okay. Crunch, 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 crunch. You're walking through the snow. Make me a stamina check.
Okay.
Difficulty
Just
6.
straight, just straight stamina.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Does the tireless specialty apply?
Yes.
Okay. Come here. Give me the rolls channel.
Grab your hands. Rolls, please.
Discord just loaded after like 15 minutes of me trying to get it to load. So.
Rolls, please.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Well, it's not a botch. It's just a fail.
It is just a fail. You will eventually fall on your knees, your hands falling into the deep snow in front of you as you pant out. Kind of, the cold has worked its way into everything, every inch, every fiber, every muscle, every tendon. Everything is contracted in the frozen state that this place seems to exude. Until under your hands you will feel not snow and ice anymore, but rather you will feel the softness of grass, and you will feel a warm sun on your face.
Oh, that's welcoming.
All around you, the trees start to burst to verdant life. The berries on the sorry, the you start to see bushes start to bloom once again, and flowers start to sprout from the ground. It's pretty.
Yeah, she takes a moment to take that in and feel the sun on her, and um and then I guess she will notice this being.
Oh, hello. It's nice to have company. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you must be her. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Spring.
She nods to her, a very respectful nod.
For the record, she's kind of lying down as is pictured here. She looks really chill.
Yeah. And Christina's still probably on her hands and knees. But she'll stay in that position.
Oh, well, you're my guest, so it is very nice. Would you like a flower?
Yes, I would love one.
She takes the rose out of her hair and she gives it to you.
Aw, she will take a sniff of the rose and give her a smile, and she'll weave it into her own hair.
So, oh yes, I meant to ask you something. Give me a moment. I've just been so busy with everything being so new. Um, hmm, 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 hmm. Um, what was it? Oh yeah. Sorry. Must all that was old be born again, even if what was old does not necessarily fit with what is now?
She takes a moment to mull over that question. Yes.
Why?
Because that is the way of it. It does not matter who, how old, or when. All things must be born again.
So even if something has no place, you're saying it could have a place, just not necessarily now.
Yes.
Oh, I like that way of thinking. Okay, that was a good answer. But hang on. Oh, okay, yes. This seems like a good. Yeah, we can do that. She stands like intensifies down on you into warm, balmy, almost sweltering heat, as everything is surrounded by the glory and majesty of the crowned sun. Until the sunlight beaming down from her head, the being stands changed in front of you. She now looks like this. There we go.
Oh. She tilts her head just a little bit.
And I'm Summer, the Radiant. Come, stand. Take the sun with me.
She stands up and smiles to her. Hello, Summer.
She walks behind you and puts her hands on your shoulders. You feel all the pains and aches melt away, and she says, My question to you is rather simple, really. A mere trifle, I'm sure you'll agree. Why is it that all things of beauty must fade, even when in the moment they seem perfect? Why is it that beauty must die to give way to rot and nothing?
Because beauty is not meant to be seen forever. Otherwise, it would not be appreciated. The longing to see it again must be there.
So you're saying that beauty loses its verve, whereas beauty that is fleeting is all the more able to be appreciated because it will not last forever.
Yes.
A good lesson. She kisses the back of your head, and she will say, Now on your way, little one.
She takes a bit of a breath and walks.
As you walk on, everything turns to glorious golds and browns all around you. Trees start to lose their leaves and they start to crunch merrily underfoot. You start to hear the jaunty playing of music, a fiddle playing, very in that old kind of way that you would hear at dances, wherein people would drink cider and toast the end of the harvest, until you come across a great table that is laden with great bounty. You see huge pumpkins and squash. You see all manner of vegetables that have been harvested in the auspices of autumn, and seated at the table in a great chair made of curling brass, you see this figure.
She smiles a bit. You must be Autumn.
I see that my brothers and my sisters, no doubt, precede me in this matter. Come and take of the bounty.
She gives a smile and a bit of a laugh and comes over to him.
Good, good. As you sit down, in front of you will form a plate made of the same brass or bronze that his seat is made from, and it will pile itself high with food. The food itself will jump rather nimbly and happily from the plates, if food could be happy to be consumed.
Well, she will partake of it as she feels it would be rude not to.
Is delicious.
I'm sure she's hungry by now anyway, especially after her bout in the snow.
All of the snow.
All of the snow.
He will beam down at you, this great barrel-chested man, before he will pour hot cider into a cup for you that has been sweetened with cinnamon. Delicious. I like
Ooh,
cider.
yum yum. Me too. Oh my god, cider's amazing.
But he will say, hmm. He will look down at you and he'll say, I'm sure you'll understand by now that I have a question for you.
Yes, indeed.
My question is simple. It is a world in which there is plenty, in which all can be taken from the soil. Why is it that some take much and some are not allowed to take as much as they need?
So you're saying some take more than what they need, and others are not allowed to take what they need.
Yes. When it is all the bounty, when it is the bounty for all and not just for some.
That is a sad endeavor indeed. Those that are oppressed are in need more than those that decide that they deserve more than others.
But why?
Because humans are valuable. We have a sense of entitlement over things and feel that if we don't have control over others in ways of withholding resources and things like that, that we will fall as well. I think it's more of some people feel that they wouldn't have as much if they had more, or if they didn't have more than others. It's a power thing. Sometimes a balance of power is, or sometimes it is, there's a need to restore the balance of power, but it doesn't always last. I suppose that is its own cycle.
A good answer.
At which point, everything around you seems to swirl like a kaleidoscope of colors until you are standing in a very, very dark expanse. At which point, you'll hear a kind of a cough from behind you. You will see Spring standing there behind you, and she will say, Christina Spanos understands the nature of birth. So it is she has the recommendation of Spring. Followed by Summer, who steps out, and she will then say, in the same kind of voice that is filled with verve and power, the same kind of tones of Midsummer, she will say, and Christina Spanos understands beauty when it is in its radiance. So it is she has the backing of Summer. There is then there's then the chortling from behind you of Autumn, who will say, and yes, Christina Spanos understands the concept of plenty, but overall the need for it to go to all as opposed to some. So she has the backing of Autumn. And lastly, yet I was first, as I am ascendant now, on the day in which she took this journey, Christina Spanos understands the need for death, the ending, yet the beginning of a new story. And so it is she has the backing of Winter, and I deem her worthy for the next step upon her road. You have seen the rebirth of spring, the glory of summer, the plenty of autumn, and the death that is. For we, all four of us, are the world, vestiges thereof made manifest. We shape the world as the world shapes us. Don't forget this lesson.
I won't. Thank you. She has tears in her eyes as she realizes, she figured out, at the beginning what this was, but, the fact that she is able to move on to the higher understanding is emotional for her. So she's very gracious to all of them.
Yeah. As the scene fades, Christina will sit bolt upright in her bed. She will see the sun outside. She's woken up about 5 minutes before her alarm was due to wake her anyway. However, there's one point of interest. She is still wearing that flower in her hair.
She will smile. And she will take the flower out of her hair and she'll give it another sniff. She'll clutch it to her chest for a moment before going and putting it in some water.
Okay. With that, we shall end our scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another Scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.